Waheguru Ji Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Like I say, I've been boxing for a little while now, you know, trying to represent, trying to take it to the next level for our community, trying to change the narrative that, you know, Indian people, because we're a small community, and so we get labelled as Indians, trying to say we can do more than just, you know, like get an education, go work, get married and go home, and that's more, there's more to life. And within our Pant, within our community, we have the capability, we have the potential amongst the youth. We just needed to be kind of guided that way. So if I can use whatever platform that God's given me to push kids in that direction, then that's what I'm going to do, and that's what I'm going to do to the absolute max, you know.
We've seen loads of videos recently of kids being bullied in schools, you know, especially Sikh kids with patke, and you know, their patke getting knocked off, they're getting beaten up, they can't defend themselves. You know, what's your message to those parents, the mother and the father, you know? Should they be sending their children to a place where they're teaching boxing, where they're teaching MMA, where they're teaching, you know, tactical sports, where they can learn something and be able to defend for themselves? Yeah. Or not only defend for themselves, defend others as well, which is a duty of a Sikh.
Well, the first thing I want to say to those parents is that they're not alone. That's one thing they've got to remember, that and that particular moment he might feel alone, but he's not alone. You know, everyone's, as a Pant, we've got a lot of unity within this country now. You know, it's not like back in the day, so there is a lot of ekta. You only have to reach out to someone in your local gurukar, or, you know, in a local gym up in Monday, you know, 100,000,000%, you'll get national help. And the second thing I want to say is to the parents is that in a lot of God does now across the country, up and down the country, there's initiatives where they're teaching kids boxing, wrestling, MMA. We should send our kids there. You know, a lot of parents, we teach at God for up over 10 years, a lot of the parents say, you know, we don't want our kids' face to get punched up or whatever. So the first thing is that's you know, that's a stereotype. That happens to everybody. The first thing, and the second thing is God ke banda. That's how you get strong. You know, you have to put your body through some sort of physical pain to actually progress. And when you punish your body day in day out, that's how you get that mental strength. That you're not just, you can fight for myself or defend myself, but I can defend you, and I can defend him and her and whoever else needs it. I'm there for them. So my request is to the parents that get involved. Send your kids to Lal Guru Kar. That's the best thing. That's the first thing. They learn something, and then if they're joining a wrestling club or a boxing club or whatever club, they might not be a professional boxer, they might not be a wrestler, but they'll learn the basics and it'll give them the confidence to help, like I said, defend themselves and defend those around them.
What sort of reaction from the Sikh community have you had in that for yourself, and that, you know, you've done the 10 fights, you've been winning, you've been successful, you know, we've seen your fights, you know, you're pulling your weight, you know, you're doing a lot, you're doing your training, everything. What's the reaction been from the Sikh community? Have they been supportive towards you?
I can't lie, bro. When I turned professional, everyone said to me, you know what, the Sikh community, the Sangha, the Punjabi people ain't going to support you. But I could tell you something, bro. If it wasn't for the people, if it wasn't for the community, I couldn't do what I'm doing. You know, up and down the country, people show me love. They give me more than I'm more than I deserve. You know, they come to my fights, they support me. Small thing like liking Instagram or sharing a poster. Well, if they see me out, they might say, "Oh, congratulations, keep doing what you're doing." Without the Sangha's PR, it wouldn't be possible. But it just shows that the game is changing, and us next generation, we're not like we were 50 years ago. You know, I don't like you, you don't like him, and whatever. We're one, because we realise that all we have at the end of the day is each other. And I might not like you on a personal level, but that don't really matter in the grand scheme of things.
100%.
Our ekta as a community is the main thing. We've got kids getting bullied. We've got people in India back home dying. You know, there's so much going on, and I'm arguing with you and you're arguing with me. It's silly. So, without the Sangha's PR, I promise you, it could not be possible. And so I just want to I wanted to say actually that any other athlete, whether he does boxing or wrestling or football, whatever, as a community we should get behind them, and that's the only way we'll thrive.
So Sanghaji, you can hear from Avid what he's had to say, and we, from what AK Media, we can only ask you as the Sangat to please attend the events that do happen, whether it's within the Avid or any other Sikh boxers, footballers or any events. Go out of your way to attend, support your Sikh brothers and sisters in the sports, and you know, it puts out a beautiful narrative for anyone to see that all Sikhs need to be participating in all different fields of sport.
And to add to that one, we change narratives. A lot of a very big narrative nowadays are, oh, you know what, Sikh people love a drink. You know, Gr8 says, oh yeah, I said, you know what, we actually don't. We're not, Sikhs are not meant to drink. You know, that's the whole thing that you have to explain to someone. But when they go to my fight and they see 300 Singhs there, or not always Singhs, but more near whatever, and everyone looks good, they're healthy, they're fit, you know, it changes the way Gr8 think about us. They think, you know what, you boys are big, you boys have got strength, you guys have got strong community, and it shows. It creates. It's more than just having 300 people at the end of this fight. It's more. It becomes more. You know what? You see that guy over there. He's a Sikh, and he's got people behind him. It's not just an individual. It's not just. When I was an amateur, I was 12 years old, and I'm in my boxing shorts. I was going to put my name on, like, all the Gr8 put in the third, John, whatever. I was like, put Inder on the front, Bassett. My dad was like, nah, you put Singh on the front. He said, because when you walk, they don't know you for Inder, they know you as being a Singh.
Yes.
And you're always carrying that name around you. Even when you do something bad, even when you do something good, he goes, you got to remember, you're always being watched, not because you're Inder, but because you're a Singh. And even till this day, I've always got Singh on my shoulders, and I haven't changed that, and I never will change that, because my dad taught me a lesson when I was 12 years old, that what I do reflects everybody, not just me. And we must always remember that we must do things honourable. Remember, Kalu, I don't want to bounce back on anybody in the community that I done something bad or I done something wrong or I did whatever, and the rest are the same. So, like I say, it comes back to the sense of community and the sense of oneness that we got to keep together. Because, like I said, we're all we got.
So that's unity, and thank you for speaking to us today, Veed, and we'll be supporting all the events that be up and coming with yourself, and any Sikh events. We'll be there to support everybody. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Thank you.
Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. We're here with one of our brothers, Dylan Jima. So we're just going to ask him about his journey, bits about that, and about empowerment as well, empowerment for the youth to get not just into boxing but about sports as well. So we're just going to start off with his journey. So brother, so how's your journey been as a boxer? So what motivated you, what inspired you to get into the boxing scene? Because we don't have many company that are boxers, but what was the push for you to get you into the scene?
To be honest, I started kickboxing when I was 10 years old, so everyone sees my ring walk. So after my fight, you see Uncle Baggy jumping in the ring dancing, doing the bhangra. He was the one that got me into kickboxing, so it was his son, Umarji, which, you know, we were school friends, so he said, come down and just try kickboxing. And within 6 months, Uncle threw me in the ring and said, give it a try, see how you fly. I broke my nose, but won the fight. And then I loved it ever since. And since then, I've just been on like a spiral of a journey, you know, through kickboxing, and then, you know, winning world title when I was 21, professional world title when I was 21, won a second world title when I was 22, defended that, and then decided to go into boxing. Went into boxing with no intention of trying to do anything outside of my means, just, you know, work hard, do what I did in kickboxing, and just stay dedicated, keep working hard, keep training hard, and if an opportunity comes up, we'll take it.
Yeah.
Thankfully for me, I was 2 fights in, got a call from Sky Sports if I wanted to enter this tournament. We said yeah, walked in, blew everyone away, done up bhangra, walked out with 40k and with a Sky Sports contract as well. So obviously that was the years of hard work, you know, since I was 10 years old up until I was 25, you know, 10, 15 years of hard work paid off on one night, and I was just thankful that all the way through the little moments that I had in my life where, you know, I could have gave up, or I could have stopped, or I could have done something else, I kept going. And to be honest, it was the kickboxing and now the boxing is what kept me focused on, not only like on my life, but on, you know, on my diet, on my make sure I wake up in the morning and training,
so keeping you more disciplined.
Keeping my mind right. And then even in terms of going to school and, you know, that discipline required in the gym, you know, discipline's required in everything part of life. So
to use your day-to-day life.
Yeah, that's
also,
it.
I was going to ask, so you know, as a Punjabi community, we've got the whole taboo diaspora that, you know what, as parents, our kids, we don't want to get them into sports, we want to make them become doctors, lawyers, accountants. What message would you like to give out to the parents, especially about empowering the youth?
So I'll tell you one moment in my life. So I was like 13, 14, and at that age when you're doing your GCSEs, or 15, 16, so when I was doing my GCSEs, I was at that age where you make that decision of, you know, do you want to, how much of your career do you want to go into, you know, whether it's the sports or whether it's the academic life. So obviously my parents trying to push me into academic. I did go to university.
How was your academic skills?
GCSEs I did okay. My dad actually, I didn't do so well in my first year. My dad pulled me out of kickboxing and said, right, you need to work hard now. If you don't work hard now and get the grades, and I won't let you back in. Done well, done okay, got my GCSEs, passed everything, got a couple of A stars and stuff, so I did okay. got to A levels, and he let me train again.
Yeah.
And then that was when my whole life changed, because he realised that not only that I was doing well at school, but I was doing well in fighting and training and kickboxing as well. So he realised the balance of both was very important.
Yeah.
You know, and then obviously did go off to university and push that.
Both your academic life and your athlete life. How's that been for you? Have you been able to balance it well, or has it been hard? How have you been able to manage your time as well? Because time's another factor. So obviously, you know yourself, it's very hard to manage time, especially today's day and age. We've got a lot of things that are involved.
Yeah.
Especially with social life, academic life, personal life.
That's what you just said,
life.
social life. That's the biggest thing. I was 15, I think, fighting for my first title as a junior, and one of my coaches said to me, he said, how far do you want to go? I said, I want to achieve what he was a world champion at the time. I want to achieve what you achieved, or you are achieving. He said, what? Okay, if you want to do that, you've got to give up your social life. This is it. Like, if you want to do this has got to be your sole purpose. Go to school, do well in school, because if I didn't do well in school, Uncle would have pulled me out. He wouldn't let me train. So that was very important. But he said, you've still got to turn to the gym. Everything else, you can catch up on that the rest of your life. Do you know what I mean? So like, I'm 27. I've got another, 30. Maybe I'll retire at 35. Between 30 and 35. What's the 8-9 years left in this sport. I've got my whole life to live after that. Do you know what I mean? It's these next years now that are going to be so important. It set me up for the rest of my life. So I can sacrifice now, not going out to see my friends, not going out to weddings, and not enjoying eating the food that, the veggie food we got here today. I can't eat that today, but that's fine. I'm okay with that, because I'd rather put the graft in now and then enjoy all that the rest of my life. And that's the biggest thing, is what I'm doing now is for the future.
In terms of obviously you just mentioned food right now. So in terms of having an alternative, what do you eat, and what would you advise other people that want to become athletes as well? What would you advise them to have as an alternative?
So there's a big thing about, we can't eat Punjabi food. We can't have our dal, our sabji, the ones that eat meat, the chicken and stuff. So you can. I do have all that. Dal, I don't eat roti. To be fair, I don't eat roti. That's what I don't eat. But I'll have dal. Dal is so good for you. It's got the lentils, got natural protein. You have chickpeas, chole, that's got protein in there as well. So you can eat all this food. I just tell my mum, cut down on the dal. Do you know what I mean? Put less butter, put less oil in there. And I'll just have one, but I have it with salad. Bit of day on the side, because you need. I like my day as well. But that's fine. So a small portion. You can eat all that as well and still train and still become an athlete. The whole stigma of you can't eat Indian food. You can't. That's a lie. I don't believe in that. I do it, and I'm still in great shape.
Fair play. Also, I was going to say about this tournament. So it's great to see you here at this tournament. What does this tournament mean to you?
It's
the Shaheeds, honouring the Shaheeds. What does it mean to you?
It's another opportunity for us to represent. It's obviously we're here to play football. That's we're at a football tournament, but it's what it's representing. It's what Gr8 Punjab and all the organisations here today, what they're coming together and what they're trying to represent and what they're trying to show. That's what we're here for. And then we're also coming to see some great football as well. We've got professional boxers, me and Inda here. You've got professional footballers, Arjun. You've got a professional freestyle footballer, Kaljit Atwell as well. So it's a great event, and so many youngsters here as well, because they can see that. Say again?
How's the vibes been here?
It's good. You can see the music playing. Everyone's having some food, orange juice. It's a good atmosphere. We've got a good sun as well. So I was here last year as well. Fortunate to come last year. It was a good turnout last year. This year they've gone another level and they've stepped it up again, which is good, because you want to come, even if you're playing, you want to feel like you're something special when you're playing. So it's good.
Definitely.
100%.
Yeah, brother, it was nice speaking to you. And you know what, best of luck, we're all behind you.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. So I've got 2 Sikh professional boxers, Dylan Chima, Inda Bassi. They've got a message on why July the 8th is so important for the punt. Start with you, Inda.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. July 8th is a massive sporting event for the punt, because it gives the young kids a platform to showcase their skills and breeds confidence for them to be ready at these local events, grassroots level events, and then going to the next level. But we need to get behind them and show them that not just their parents are behind them, the whole community is behind them, and give them that confidence, that keep teaching that fighting spirit. That's why that July 8th and them kind of events are very, very important.
Respect. And Dylan?
100%. I've just got to echo what Inda said there. Everything was spot on. Giving the kids. So I know Inda's going to agree with this. We never had nothing like this when we were growing up. So for them to have this, to then go and box on a brilliant show, they get the ring walk, they get the entrance, they get that whole buzz behind it, and then they see the crowd and everyone behind them as well, it's only going to inspire them to do that again and keep going and keep training hard and keep getting back in the ring. So it's what we need. It really is.
Respect, guys. July 8th. Make sure you're there. Thank you.
B square, B square.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ
ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ
We're here with Gr8 from Great Fighters, Hari Singh, and they're going to tell us about the event that's going to be happening in July.
Okay, yes, I'm Hari Singh, representing Gr8 Fighters. So we have a national Punjabi boxing show, our second one. We had firstly done the first national Punjabi boxing show in the UK that had taken place in Derby in January. From there, we've had a lot of momentum, a lot of encouragement, and a lot of requests to try and take us to the West Midlands. So we'd now be going to Supreme Conference Suite, July the 8th, and that's in Birmingham.
So is it tickets only, or how is the actual venue set up and that on the day?
So it's actually a luxury wedding hall that we're going to turn upside down and turn it into a fight arena. But yeah, it's a ticketed event. We can probably get, I would say, anywhere around 600 in there. We've got 500 already, so we are very, very close to selling out, and we've still got 3 weeks to go yet.
Where are the tickets available for any Sangat that want to attend the event?
Yeah, they're available on www.gr8fighters.com. Like, the reason we started Gr8 Fighters is simply because we wanted more Punjabi kids to get into combat sports, i.e. boxing. Even if they don't compete at amateur, professional or even local type of level, at least get them to the gym. So look, we're a Punjabi community, we're very proud, but let's be honest, we have a lot of demons in our community, like alcohol abuse, you know, anxiety, depression, and you can channel some of these things via sport. So for us, we're trying to target the younger children to put down the iPads, put down the laptops, get into a gym and start competing in boxing.
So the Great Fighters tournaments that have happened so far have taken on the Punjabi community by storm, and we're going to ask Paji what's going to be the next program and what are the next ventures that Apne Great Fighters are going to be doing.
Yep, so although we've got Birmingham in 3 weeks time, we already have penciled in London, so it's either going to be Slough or Southall, that type of area, and that's going to be in November or December. And then next year, Maharaj Gr8 would love to take Gr8 abroad.
Are you looking for more sponsors, and are you looking for people to be more involved in the organisation itself?
Yeah, 100%. Look, we're always looking for sponsorship. Like, these events are very, very hard to put on, and you know, financially very, very challenging. So, you know, big respect to our sponsors in our first show, and big respect to our sponsors that are also helping us with this show. To be honest with you, without the sponsors, you know, you're not going to get a show. So, you know, the sponsorship side of this is very, very important, and as a community, you know, we fully rate, fully respect everyone that's helped participate putting these shows on.
So Sangaji, you can hear Hari Singh. He's told you guys what day is happening. We advise everyone to go on the website, buy your tickets, be there at the event. It's going to be a big event. AK Media will be there filming as well and supporting the event and supporting Paji with his programs that he will be doing in the future as well. And we hope you do the same as well. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.